Hi everybody, welcome back. You guys remember this Ford Escape, right? I believe it's a 2008 model. Came in earlier. It had the duct tape mod, not this, but up on the engine air intake tube. It had the duct tape mod, and the thing was stalling and running rough and not starting sometimes. It was getting an air leak. We ended up pulling the intake tube off of it and found that the duct tape was not providing an adequate seal for proper air intake measurements. So I had to order the replacement component from Ferd because an aftermarket one and a local one was not available. It has been several days we have been waiting on this part, and it has arrived. So I'm gonna drag this thing back into the shop, and we're gonna throw this intake boot back on, and then we're gonna see how it runs. And oh, look at there, lo and behold, finally it's got a check engine light. I'm betting it's got a mass airflow code and a P171 and 174 bank 1 and 2 lean. Before we do anything, let's bust out the scan tool and just see what kind of trouble codes are in there. Actually, I know it's gonna have a mass airflow code because I have it disconnected right now. I forgot. Yeah, we're moving around to the front of said vehicle. Yeah, it's disconnected, I forgot that. You hear that backfiring business. It does not know how much fuel to feed the injectors. But when I get that tube installed, it will be able to properly monitor its air intake, and therefore it'll be able to properly supply adequate amounts of fuel. While we're waiting for the scan tool to initialize, I have found the duct tape that was used to make the repairs on this truck. Okay, it has located the VIN number and a vehicle type. Let's see what those codes say, just for fun. Memory codes. Continue, please. Initializing. Intake air temperature sensor circuit high, and P1000 OBD2 system checks incomplete. That just means it has not completed a drive cycle since the last time the check engine light was turned on or off. This will go away once I clear it and replace this component and then operate the engine. So stand by. You can see here we had to order a genuine Ford Motorcraft part because the aftermarket was not adequately supplying components for this particular car. Meaning nobody had one in stock anywhere. They're probably sitting on the boats offshore. Yep, that's our guy. Yeah, there's probably Dorman ones or whatever sitting on the boats offshore, but we're not allowed to have those right now. Maybe later. And just a quick reminder, here's the old unit, and this is what it looked like after all of the tape was removed. And there's the other half. And right here is the new unit. No tape required. Okay, the way that we're gonna do this, I kind of forgot how this goes in. Hang on. Let me re-acclimate myself to this engine compartment. I think that goes like so. Yeah, this will go here, and then this guy plugs into it here. Okay. So we'll fit these pieces together first. Wait a minute. Oh, almost had a heart attack. Thought this was the wrong one. I had this piece backwards. I had it set up like that. It goes like this. That's how she goes. So, okay, I think we do have the right part after all. And to prove it, let's go ahead and start plugging this thing in. That's kind of a tight squeeze. Let's loosen the clamp. Let's back up some. The camera's a little too close. Yeah, that's better for now. And this little tab thing here fits into that notch there. That's how we guarantee proper alignment. Still doesn't want to go. Lube. Yeah, dielectric grease is our friend. And many more applications besides spark plugs. Beautiful. Nice. Sick. Okay. Come on, line up, please. I don't like you. This guy goes right here. That thing has a mount down there, that's where that goes. Alright. And there's a plug somewhere for this mass airflow and intake temp sensor. Both sensors are integrated into one single unit. Okay, let's start it up and see how it sounds now. Okay, back to the interior. Starting the engine now and see what she does. Ah, much better. Let's go check on that backfiring sound that it made. I don't hear it. Good as new. Okay, this thing has come up to operating temperature a little bit. I've let it sit here and idle for about 5-6 minutes now, and we're gonna back on out and go for a ride real quick. I'll do that without running my buddy over behind me. Yeah, after reaching operating temp, this thing's starting to feel a little rough. I don't have a check engine light yet, but I imagine one is gonna show up. If you recall from the first video, I did not have any warning indicators on the dash because the battery had become disconnected. I'm not going to get through there either. Battery was disconnected, and that consequently reset or turned off any trouble codes that were stored in the computer. Yeah, I can already tell this thing is not feeling that great. I was wondering why do I have no power in here? Oh, there's some, okay. Why do I have no AC? Ah, there's some. Now we're talking. Cooking with Crisco now. Got cold air. But anyway, I was wondering why in the first video they had a brand new air filter installed with the duct tape mod, of course. And they had asked that I check the air intake plumbing and or tubing. Actually, I think the word they used was hose. Which I did that and found the tape. Regardless, I may be uncovering a guy trying to get run over. I may be recovering the actual cause of why somebody started to dabble in this, and it appears it is that slight shudder or misfire that this thing has developed after warming up. And speaking of warm, the AC is not the best either. All right, we're good to go. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I'm feeling a misfire right here. The engine appears to be struggling greatly. Oh yeah, it's a nasty one. Yeah, I'm trying to do a downshift right now, and it did go into its downshift, but then that misfire really showed up. Yeah, you see here, she's all over the place. All right, I've seen enough. Swing back into the shop and present more bad news to the service writer people that communicate to the customers. Oh wow, something I didn't notice or mention before. This truck right here has got 300,549 on the clock. Okay, yeah, they've got their money's worth out of it, that's for sure. It's getting worse, and so is the AC. I don't want this thing to leave me stuck. Come on, red light, let's get out of here. I need to get the windows down. I think it's cooler outside than it is inside. Yeah, now I got a breeze. All right, let's go, piece of Ford. Yeah, I'm almost wide open throttle right now, and it's not going anywhere. It's probably got a couple things going on. But if they'd like, I can dig into it. I can check the ignition system. We'll do a fuel pressure check if need be. If I find nothing wrong immediately, and I find no other leaks in the intake system, I then may end up doing a cylinder leak down test. For the record, there's no way I could have made this determination in the last video due to the fact that that duct tape had a huge leak in the intake stream. And without correcting intake leaks, especially ones that are staring at you in the face, there's really no point in attempting to conduct any further testing or experimentation, because you've got to have a good solid intake stream that does not have any leaks. Again, if the air coming into the engine is not metered or measured by the sensor packs, then it does not know how much fuel to supply or not to supply to the injectors, and they just will not run properly. And you can't do any testing if unmetered air is creeping its way in. That's not to say that there couldn't be more going on, such as intake manifold gaskets, but like I said, I had to go after what was staring at me in the face. Plus, that's what they asked for. They said customer states check intake hose, and I do what I'm told. All right, at this point I've completely lost all climate control, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shut that off right now. It's doing nothing more than blowing hot air in my face. Yeah, it's got like no go to it. I'm almost wide open throttle here. Whoa! Came to life then. All right, let's go present some bad news. We're back at the shop. I'm probably gonna have to wait a while to get any kind of response out of what everybody wants to do with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off right now. I may end up doing more work, I may not. If I do, guaranteed I will make a third installment of the series on this Ford Escape. If you never see it again, that means that they declined any additional diagnostic or repairs, and I probably will never see this car again. So all that being said, as always, I'd like to ask you guys that if you like this video, please let me know about it by tapping that thumbs up button. If you didn't like this video, didn't like the process or anything that I did in this video, please feel free to test your theory in the comment section down below. And as always, I have to remind myself to not forget, to remind you guys to not forget to have a great day. See you guys later.